Hello, beautiful people, and welcome. In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up solving equations. Now, maybe we'll do one or two examples to help you see how the setup works. If you haven't already watched the inverse operations video, go ahead and watch that because we will be needing that information if we do an example or when we do an example. As always, if I make a mistake, I apologize. Let me know where the mistake occurs so that way we both can learn from it. Let's get started. Now, solving an equation. First of all, what is an equation? An equation has an equals. And when we are solving, that means we want our objective, or you can say our goal, is to get the variable and a variable is just the letter by itself. So when we are solving, we want to get the variable by itself. We want to get the letter by itself. An equation has an equal, so that means there are two sides to every equation. So I guess we will have to do some examples so I can show you what I mean by two sides and solving. All right, so we're going to start with something basic like a one-step equation. So let's say, here's an example, x minus 5 is equal to 8. So I know this is an equation because it has an equal sign. Now it has two sides, right? Here's two sides. Here's one side, and here is the second side. There's one side to your second side. So how do we know which side is what? Like, what do we care? Absolutely. So what you're going to do when you're setting up your equation to solve, your first step is to do this dotted line. You must do this dotted line. And the reason being is you're going to do inverse operations. You're going to do opposites. So when you do the opposites, you have to do them to both sides. So this is how yours is going to look. So every step, so let's do here, step number 1. So you have a dotted line or a dashed line. And it represents the equals. And it represents the equal sign. It's just a longer way than just writing equals all the time. Here's your dotted lines. So step number 2, for every step you do it one time to both sides. All right, so this is going to be your first introduction to how to solve equations. Now in this video, I'm just trying to show you how to set this up, but I do have to show you an example in order to get this to work. All right, so I have an x minus 5 is equal to 8. So I'm going to say, I'm going to rewrite that. I have an x minus 5, but I'm going to leave some room, and I have an 8 here. I know that this is my bubble. X is in a bubble. I want to get, what's my objective? I want to get the variable. I want to get the letter by itself. X is not by itself. Do you see how it's attached to this 5 minus? So this 5 minus is what it is attached to. Now notice there is no letter on this side. We don't really care. All right, there's no letter, so we don't care about this side. We only care about this side right now. So since 5 is attached to a minus, and the minus is attached to x, so it's attached this way, we're going to do the opposite. We're going to take the inverse of what is attached to x. So let's call that step number 3. Do the inverse operation for what is attached to x. I'm going to do step number 4. Start with adding or subtracting. Get rid of addition or subtraction first, okay? If you need to, combine like terms. Okay, so start with adding and subtracting. So I see a minus here. I need to get rid of it. I need to undo it. I need to do the inverse. So what is the inverse of a minus? The inverse of a minus is a plus. Again, what is the opposite of a minus? The opposite of a minus is a plus. So what I'm going to do is, here's my step. It's exactly the same thing. So I'm going to add, I'm going to undo my minus 5 by adding 5. Oh, and you guys can't see that. There you go, by adding 5. Now, for every step you do it to both sides. So I see a plus 5 here. I'm going to add a plus 5 there. They have to match. Now, this is your line that separates. This is side 1. This is side 2. You have to have a line that's separating. Now, again, if I have 5 minuses and I have 5 pluses, that means I have 0 pairs. That means this is 0. That feels really good in math to cross out stuff. What am I left over with? I'm left over with x. 8 plus 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, what does the dotted line represent? The dashed line represents the equal sign. So how does my answer look like? My answer looks like x is equal to 13. Now, did we reach our goal? Our goal is to get the variable, the letter by itself. Is the letter by itself on this side? Yes, the letter is by itself on this side. So we are done. All right, beautiful people, this is just an introductory of how to set up. The main important thing I want you to know is the dotted line is super important, and we're going to be doing inverses of every step that you see. All right, enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.